Hi, my name is James. James Loves Games. Let's go. What's up? Happy Sunday. It is Sunday. Yes, happy Mother's Day. What's up, everybody? So yeah, I jumped into this one quickly. We're ready to go. What's up, Master OJ? Yodi me brody? Yodi. I don't know what that means, but I am hip and with it. So today we're playing Citizen Sleeper. It's one that, if you can tell, since my software, my Switch, is all organized by the amount of time that I've played, with, of course, Smash Brothers being at the top of the list. Citizen Sleeper sits at the bottom because I've never played it at all. And I've had it at least a year, and it's just been sitting here, and it kind of makes me sad. But I'm very happy because I've heard this is a great game. So I bought it, and I've been saving it to play with you guys. So let's jump right in. I think I've got a download coming, which does not bode well because I'm not hooked up to the Wi-Fi here. Let's just start the software. I don't need the update. I don't need it. Why? You gonna make me download it? Cancel download. Let's just play it. Corrupted data. Oh, dang it. Okay. So I know why this happened. I installed a new micro SD card because my old one filled up. I bought a new one. And in the process, whatever reason, all of my game saves were fine, but the games themselves had to be re-downloaded. Let me check something real quick. This is why you should always double check and make sure your games work before you start the live stream. But let me see. Let me check something. I've got my Switch right here. So I didn't schedule this stream, Master OJ. So it's Mother's Day too. Hopefully everyone's being good little children and spending it with their moms. But I just straight up decided to do a sneaky live stream. So yeah, nobody knows I'm here, which is fine. The fewer people that are here for this, the better. Reno, what's up? I'm having trouble downloading my game, so give me just a second. I really wish, I guess it wouldn't really work, but like the dock had a plug-in, internet plug-in. That would be good. That would be ideal. There it is, internet. Maybe I can find some local network that's unlocked, and I guess you can do a wired connection. No. There's a network around here called wired connection, which is kind of weird. Oh no, wait, there is an Ethernet. Oh, that's right. You have to have the little extra dongle thing, which I have, I think, at my house. Yes. So, here's what I'm going to do. I live right next to my house. I'm homeless. I live right next to here. So, I'm going to run over to my house real quick, get on the Wi-Fi there, and download the game. You guys just hang out for a minute and enjoy stuff. You know what? I'm gonna do you guys a solid here since I'm running away for a bit. This is how it works with me though. When it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It goes really wrong. Let's find, there it is, top of the list. Find some music for you guys to enjoy while I'm gone. Turn that down a little bit. Where is that one? It would be audio output capture. There we go. So, enjoy these sick beats. While I actually wait, I can sweeten the pot a little bit more. Hold on. Where is it? Give me just a second. This is I'm gonna find it. There it is. Yes. Okay. The chair. The chair is going on a trip. I'll be right back. I'm back. Where's my chair? There it is. All right, let's give it up for chair. Good job, chair. Woo. Yeah. Close this. Man, out of shape much? All right. Shh, James is back. I can read, you know. Okay. Crisis averted, right? Totally averted. We're good to go. The game is downloaded. Nas. Share. What's up, Nicole? What's up, Nasen? Good to see you. I've been revisiting Dragon Quest Builders 2. Really wish they'd make another Dragon Quest Builders game. Dragon Quest Builders is awesome. I fully support that decision. I hope that you are in charge of whether those games get made, because I agree. Yeah, second one's better than the first. I agree. You guys believe that Tears of the Kingdom is 1 year old? It is. It's hard to believe that Breath of the Wild is 7 years old. Over 7 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Hold on. I'm still trying to catch my breath. I'm going to read the chat while I do it. Okay. All right. I think we're good. We're good. Let me turn my light up a little bit. Woo. There we go. All right. Let's play a biddy game. Hopefully. Yes. It works. Citizen Sleeper. 20 minutes later. Citizen Sleeper on the Nintendo Switch. I've heard great things. And I've really been wanting to stream this for you guys for quite a while. It's just been all kinds of other stuff in the way. So let's experience it together. Finally. I've been listening to the soundtrack a lot. And it's good. It's really good. New game. Empty. I'm empty. There's character classes? Hold up. Let me make sure my Elgato is... Okay, you guys should be able to hear very quiet, subdued music. I didn't realize there were classes. Oh, there's just... Oh, there's 3. Huh? Operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. That's me. That is me to a T. You could have always asked Microsoft to make another Dragon Quest builder. They're great with their studios. Yeah, they'll dismantle all of Square Enix if they got the opportunity. Chance to gain. I don't know what any of this stuff really means. So let's see. Machinist. The machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. That is, oh yeah, that's... Where's the, like, fly by the seat of his pants, improvisational, never plans anything ahead kind of class? Because I feel like that's me. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, have a high level of endurance. That probably seems the most accurate, honestly. Photosynthetic skin, sunbathe, dice action allows energy recovery at home. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to pick one of these because I don't know. I know this is really kind of like resource management and like kind of relationship things. I'm just gonna pick this one based on the personalities there, but we'll see. We shall see. But it's got a great soundtrack. I highly recommend it. I love that about the game already and the art style. Yeah, Microsoft's been killing it recently. And by killing it, I mean all the hopes and dreams of many developers. I don't know. They're killing studios left and right. which, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I fear that all of gaming is just going to be some kind of watered down mishmash of mobile gotcha junk at some point in the future. It's all going to be developed by AI. And it's going to be mediocre, and we will clap for it. Nicole, I'm not sure how possible it'd be for a third one to be made, since Akira Toriyama was the character designer and the director of the first two, no longer works for Square Enix. Yeah. I mean, he's also dead, so... yeah. I don't really know how that would work either. I'm worried about the Dragon Quest franchise just as a whole. Like, I need Dragon Quest 12 news soon. Hi-Fi Rush got rated for Switch. It will probably sell so well and be so sad that they close that studio. You know, they already got the golden goose. They just killed the farmer that raised it, so they're probably fine with that. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered from the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. Hold on, I got a sneeze coming. It's brewing right now. Ugh! I'm allergic to talking. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Wait for the cold. That's all there is now. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again. To nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. I remember when I was a person. It was nice. People have been review bombing Hi-Fi Rush on Steam, but with positive reviews, thanking the devs and wishing them well. That's nice. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth, not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White is the cold, softer and softer, until a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. Until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Whoa, I'm out. Dragos. Okay. Whoa, alright, so this is where we are. Space station. That's no moon.
It's a space station.
This is the worst Obi-Wan Kenobi ever uttered. What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you. You missed the chair stream earlier. So it's basically like you're a former human mind trapped in a robot body, and you've escaped from your... You quit your job. You've escaped from your slave job and are now trying to survive on a space station. It's very strange. So let's check this out. They're telling me nothing. All right, Dragos. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness. Why is a robot have a mylar blanket? You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where plasma arcs slice them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice.
So, Sleeper, you all thawed yet?
Almost.
Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside-outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky.
Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. It's a creepy little drone.
Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long.
You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened? He ignores your question.
I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property.
You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead.
Oh, what you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S&R wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of them, well then no one can.
You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Emulated Mind, band name, I call it. Yeah, we had a chair stream earlier. It was great. I had to go home and re-download this game for a couple of minutes. If anyone would like an Australian PS5, we know someone that's going to be theirs really soon. Selling theirs really soon. Yeah.
But for now, Sleeper, you're one of the lucky ones.
Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard.
The Eye is the best place you could be right now.
The Eye?
The station. You'll see soon enough.
Dragos impatiently shifts his weight.
Look, I've got things to be getting on with. Trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it.
Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Nod.
All right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest.
And with that, Dragos stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk, plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Thanks, Dragos. All right. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay. Oh, cool. We can move this way. Neat. Okay. View my character. Ooh. I really like the art style. I already mentioned that, but it looks really cool. Good type treatment too. I'm sure they'll teach me about this. Alright, so that's where I'm to go. Empty container. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. End the cycle. I'm not sure if Sony make a diaper changing simulator, but it could be him. He'll get plenty of practice without any simulator. Trust me. You wake, curled up in the corner of the container, and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? What matters indeed. There's no point in escaping. I just escaped to here. I want answers. It all matters. The past is impossible to escape if it remains a blur. What SNARP did to you cannot be forgotten. You need a way of understanding all this before you can move. Where are you? What is this place? What happened to the others? Questions outnumber the answers. You want to change that, but you'll have to learn to survive first. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. A mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachet smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. This is so weird because I've listened to the soundtrack of this game so much. It's weird to hear them in their, proper context, and not just on Spotify. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. That's me every day, man. Tutorial. Condition, action dice, and energy. Just walked in to see what condition my condition was in. Ah, Sister A, shalom, what's up? Good to see you. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me. Breakdown, honey, take me through the night. Sorry. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. Action dice? Really? The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Okay. Once you've used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must reset to recover, ending the current cycle. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Alright. I'm sure this will all make sense. More and more as I go. So we've got condition, dice, energy. 2 segments each cycle. I hope I eat something. Okay. So Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Not good. The drone chirps. Dragos nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches.
I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe.
He pauses.
So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work?
Work?
Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart.
He looks away.
At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up.
Chits?
Chitlins, you know. These, he pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in a pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. Things being the way they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do.
Will do.
He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later. Looks like it's time to get to work.
Okay. Dragos is... Now, wait a minute. I was taught, and remember specifically as somebody whose name ends in S, much like Dragos, when you make it possessive, you just put an apostrophe after the S, not an extra S. Is this some weird, like, new rule or some other, like, country's way of noting possessive things? It just seems weird. Anyway, let's go to the ad. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of the sleeper. To perform an action, select with that and A, and then choose an action dice. I didn't realize this was going to be such a talky game. As in me talking. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Action dice affect these outcomes as follows. 100%, 50%, okay. I see. So, a 6 being 100% positive, 5 is 50-50, positive and neutral. 3 and 4, it's kind of funny how they have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is the same. But anyway, I get it. I get it. Makes sense. Repeatable action, either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only perform once. Risk, either safe, risky, or danger. No loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Risky is negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Okay. Skill. The skill that this action requires either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Okay. Modifier. -1, 0, +1, +2. This added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require +1. Alright. Makes sense. Dragos, this is yours. It's good stuff. Alright. So. Oh, I see. I get to, like, pick one of these. So, hold a section. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. So that one gives me a +1 because my endurance is small. I see. So I get to pick. Okay. Debt called in. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Back in business. Even every salvager knows they're always just one lucky haul away from the next payday. Actions often progress clocks. Okay. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. I see. So some of these just progress on their own. So since I've got a 6, in Citizen Sleeper you unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu with L. Now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice. Huh. Okay. So... Wow! Hold up! Not what I meant to do. Access corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to rapid end. Find a doctor. Okay. So that's where I am now. Wait. Oh, that's not what it was. Haul materials. Assist a shipment. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. You get to shipbuilder to notice them, they might be. Interesting. So really it's just about, it's kind of like, it reminds me of Persona, where you're trying to like manage your time for each day. You can only do so many things. Helion crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. Cryo. Cryptocurrency stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. Rotunda. This is a lot to take in. For just a casual Sunday night outing. Are you going to play Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door remake? I might. I haven't decided yet. I've heard James Gowan was saying in the Discord the other day that apparently the Switch version is supposed to be way, way better than the original, which I would hope so. Still, worth keeping an eye on. Steal dock plans? Havenage Security has to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous. Dock Watcher? Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't just mean the place to visit. It means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Okay. So, I've got 2 6s. I could definitely engage in some risky behaviors. several cycles to breach the starward belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Need a doctor. Right. Ask for directions. Why wander when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. The smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bright Market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. I need food. After some spacers caused some trouble in the low end, Yatagan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. I only have $10. Let's check out the Bright Market. It seems intriguing. Oh man. Ask for directions. Oh wow, positive outcome, +3 local knowledge. So what does that get me? Oh. Oh, I see. So that unlocked some new places. Well, cool. Okay, good. On a doctor. Sabine. Slum Doctor. Are there any other options besides the Slum Doctor? Hablock. Next! Comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. Keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying Hablock. They have all made the long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. A slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. The floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the Bright Market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you're transfixed by the motion. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. S&ARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Some things never change, right? You can only do so many things before your cat makes you go to bed. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, on which S and ARP remains the sole producer. They look up. Sound familiar? How do you know this? They shift in their seat. You aren't the first sleeper I've encountered. You wait for more, but they go back to their inspection. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm. S and ARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness into their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? Sorry. You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential on the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive. But I think we can do it. Why help? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Well, all right. Hardware exchange. Ort. Street food vendor. Let's check it out. Emphas. What's up? Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red fleck dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus, just call them mushrooms, calling it fungus makes it sound gross, the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars, and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank you. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life. A lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his wok. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you. You're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Alright, well I ate, so that's good. Emphasis stall. Now it's just survive. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals. Yeah. Get to know Memphis. Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Orton Exchange, and that with a few fragments you could build a ship mine core. What the heck is that? Well, I got 2 things left. I guess we can steal some dock plans since I'm guaranteed to succeed. I see, so there's the positive and the negative trackers on these objectives. So let's go ahead and steal some plans. Dock watcher. Getting to know the rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit. It means keeping your eye on new arrivals. All right, sweet. These old maglocks look like they each need an encrypted key to open. Why the heavy security for a decaying dock? 2 maglocks seal the entryway to this dock. It doesn't look like anyone has been inside in years. I don't have a key. A bar? Overlook isn't exactly a restaurant, meaning the only way you'll gain trust around here is with a stiff drink. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink fermented along the greenway seems like a good test. Okay, so I can just buy stuff. I get it. No interesting characters running the bar. Ankita. Hey you, want to earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it 2. Ankita laughs. This station. She sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? We all need to survive. Ankita softens. I get it. I do. She shakes her head. But if I could go just 1 cycle without some jumped-up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, then that would be nice. Ankita hoists 1 bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. And she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage.
She turns down a passage. 1 hour. Oh, it's been an hour? I guess that's what happens when you start late and then have to run home.
これのスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
Thank you to all the cultists and zealots of Club JLG. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate your support. If you're interested in supporting, go right here. That's it. That's the news of the day. James, I hope your mom and wife had a nice Mother's Day. I hope they did too. I'm pretty sure they did. You struggle to shoulder the plates. Oh. She sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Stevedories. What's all this for? Oh, this? She nods at the plates on her back. I'm building a tree house. She gives you another hard look. It's for the ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on her last job, and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mine with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know, got a ship mine tucked away on that frame of yours? For a moment, you aren't sure if she is serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the ambergriss's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. All right, get out of here. She calls back and the lock slams shut. Right. Money, 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 money. Repair drones. Danger. Let's see what's here. Something I'm definitely going to fail. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. You know, let's go to Dragos's yard and try one of these. Let's do this one, the manual salvage again. Since let's just roll the die. Hey, negative outcome. Okay. Not sure what that did. Should probably go to bed. Oh, what's this? Sunbathe. Your frame's photosynthetic skin allows you to gather energy through sunlight. The longer you stay, the better. Huh. Now I know. In the cycle. Hey, Basic. Good to see you. Been a while. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. It has, man. Glad to see you're back streaming, man. Yeah, me too. I'm just kind of taking it easy for the time being. Trying not to overload myself, as I am prone to do. Touch it. You find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down, seeing if I have any snacks. Oh. Wow. What a boon. Piece of taffy. Got pushed towards the back of my drawer. It survived my relentless onslaught for a long period of time. That made my day just now. That is nice. And it's the banana flavor, which, as we all know, banana flavored things definitely don't taste like bananas, but they do taste like fake banana flavor, which I love. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Although I must say, of all the fake fruit flavors out there, I think fake peach is the best. I've had fake peach stuff from here to Tokyo, and it always tastes exactly the same. So, some laboratory is making artificial peach flavor, and they're giving it to everybody. Banana flavored taffy is good. This one's no exception. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you consistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. Your fly is open. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. Sorry, I'm chewing. The little peach rings, the little gummy peach rings are the best. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. Close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connecting nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Dragos needs help. Let's do a rescue. Back in business. Wow. Let's go taffy, man. This game is very interesting. It's unlike anything I've ever played, which is really rare these days. So I'm waiting for Sabine, which is a great name, by the way. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion systems are rare. Okay, so that one just fills up. Ambergris. But we have ship mind. Gain access to the Ort Fabricator. What the heck is the Ort Fabricator? And what is an Ort? As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. The only way to get to know the shipyard is to work there. No tourists here. What else would be waiting on that? Oh, the Ort Exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. There's an old ship mine fabrication stack in the back of the market, but only trusted traders get access to it. Ah. And then here we are. This is what we gotta do. The Order Exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up, break down, and sell off, and you're happy to supply. Interesting. Well, we need the Orc Fabricator. Let's do it. Neutral. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. 15? Memphis doesn't trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers in his own quiet way. Memphis's spiced fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I suppose I could have waited another day to buy some. I'm new here. I'm learning. Let's sunbathe. Which I don't see how you can... Well, I guess I can see how you could have a negative outcome from sunbathing. Being this kind. Positive. All right. I got some energy. Let's end this cycle. I'll eat a fried plantain, but that's it. You don't like bananas? I think that's the... Yeah, I've heard of people not liking bananas, I suppose. I love bananas. I was remarking the other day, tell me if you agree, like, I posed a question to my wife the other day, and I'm interested to know what your thoughts are. If you could only eat one type of fruit for the rest of your life, so you had to, like, shut out all fruit, but this one kind of fruit. It's not like you have to eat it, but it's like if you're going to eat fruit, it's got to be this one. What fruit would you pick? And I went with banana, simply because of its versatility, but also, I mean, its consistency. I realized that, like, you know, aside from, like, how old it is, you know, I've had, like, not quite ripe bananas, like the green ones. They're not quite good enough. And then, like, obviously a really old banana is kind of gross. But, like, every banana I've ever had outside of that variable has always tasted exactly the same. Like, I've never had a banana and been like, this is the best banana I've ever had. They always taste exactly the same. I've had bananas in Hawaii and Oklahoma, Japan, and they all taste like bananas. And I've had, you know, so much variation in, like, apples and strawberries and, like, blueberries and blackberries, and pretty much watermelons, pretty much any other fruit. But, like, bananas are always exactly the same. And, like, so yeah, I'm going with bananas. Grapes. Grapes are good. The Ed, what's up? Sorry I missed you. I missed your entrance. Unless that was your entrance. I'm going to go back to playing my game. Enjoy the game you're playing. Thanks, Nicole, for popping in. Plantains are starches, much like bananas. Rena, I would do apple or maybe grapes. There are so many varieties of both. That is also true. Bananas also bind me up. Oh, well, yeah, that's a good reason not to eat it then. I think apples would probably be my number 2 choice, but, like, I have so many smoothies with frozen bananas. You can use frozen bananas to basically make a really good ice cream. I put them in cereal. You can make banana bread. I mean, you can just eat them. Good stuff, man. I love a banana. It's also the most popular fruit in the United States is the banana. Believe it or not. I would have thought oranges or apples, but it's bananas. They're great. Anyway, enough about bananas. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter week. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the phlegm.
Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, and you begin to try. Focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. Then lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. Before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging, pulling at it. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. It's not good. Ah, banana, the most radioactive of fruit, I think. Well. I don't think I'm eating so many bananas that I need to worry about that. I'm sure something else will get me before radioactive bananas too. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Oh, jeez. Horrible day. Okay. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. Be careful, these networks are old and strange. It's a whole nother layer to the game. What's over here? The Havenage agent. Havenage gate. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. That's cool. Well, I got that one. Key. Okay. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. What's this? Let's check out the Havenage agent. Havenage member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Sure.
got some data. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Please hold. What the heck? The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identified. Origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. I don't understand. Sentience questionable. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity. Your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of that taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Oh no. Strike. You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a sphere. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Probably shouldn't be messing around with all that stuff too much. Whole nother is not a word. It is where I'm from. Nonsense. It's an urban myth, or maybe it's true, but you only need to eat 16 bananas to suffer from a potassium overdose, or did I just dream that? BED unit of measurement? I mean, if you can eat 16 bananas, I think if I had 16 bananas all at once, like my stomach would rupture before I got a potassium overdose. Like, that sounds horrendous. That sounds like a good time. All right, so probably help out Dragos, huh? Since they're after his money. Yes. Positive. Yeah. I'm fading. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm fading. Let's go Betty bye. I think I'm really going to enjoy this on my upcoming work trip. Oh God, I'm so hungry. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wake up. Or, Sleeper, wait up. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know him? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage.
What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlin? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlin? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Havenage should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with systems. Havenage? Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andre Erlin's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for you. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper! He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. I don't trust him. Biologically effective dose. Ah. I'd never heard that before. Why would so much potassium kill you, though? I mean, I know too much of anything can kill you, but it just seems silly. What was this one again? Stuff going on. Let's see. Construction yards. Well, let's help out Dragos. We got a 6. Let's do it. Yeah. Goody. Let's see. I should quit hacking into stuff. Let's see what there is to hack today. Yeah, I really shouldn't be messing with this yet. I'm gonna let Fang explain it to me a little later. Oh! The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. This all sounds very Jurassic Park. It's pretty much exactly what they did in Jurassic Park to control the population of the dinosaurs. They had to give them lysine supplements to keep them alive, because even for us humans, we don't naturally produce lysine. We have to ingest it. They call it the lysine contingency. I remember that very specifically from Jurassic Park, and I don't really know why. It sounds like this. Which means
which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. You tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. Boom. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. Whoa, man, some good stuff. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. You sit back up. Sabine is sitting in a chair by the... When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? Roach's surviving radiation fallout is also exaggerated. I would think so. That has always seemed like, why would this one specific type of insect be the only thing to survive radiation? I think it's more of a testament to, the survivability of cockroaches. They always just seem to live through anything, so people probably just assume that would be the case. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more. But you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods toward the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow. As if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Interesting. Let's check out the Orc Exchange. Yeah, I don't want to play the exchange today. I do need some food, though. Give me the old fungus. Give me the fungus among us. Fungus fan. Ooh. I have an encrypted key. Wait, hold on. Let's unlock that puppy. The maglock thunks open and you can remove it from the entryway. On to the next one. Yeah. Oh, shoot, let's see if I can get another one. One. Let's do it. Give me your precious data. Yeah, baby. Figuring this out. Ooh. Unsealed. No. No. Ni. Neovend, mysterious machine. Kawaii! As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. It's a vending machine. Look around.
You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers, although none of it seems recent. Looking past this layer of decay, you see the now faded messages, symbols and logos of the eye's original corporate owners still glinting in the shadows. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock, a kind of upright cabinet. It is covered with faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. That's the cutest, like, parts dispensing machine I've ever heard of. Basic! Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Nee! No! No, nee! Nee! It's been too long since I've seen that. Probably because I've seen it so many times, I don't really need to watch it ever again. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration, chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. First it sounds like servo motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovent. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. Stays out. There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see it as the 3D printed apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You are in danger. Are you the vending machine? Nice, says the egg. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter. The Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you target. Adaptable? Yes. You can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software. Neovend whines. You cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly threaded. The cloud. Points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neoman. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. Why can't you? Hunter will find me. Then Killer will come. The machine trembles with effort. I cannot leave machine. Connections must remain closed. Bring offerings. Save self, Neoven says pointedly. Mutual needs mean friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Well, that's ominous. I was hoping for some, like, cheap snacks or something. But that works too, I guess. I'd be super impressed if you could retell the entire movie via emojis. I'm sure it's possible. Justin S., what's up? Sorry, another surprise stream tonight. It's been a whirlwind. I don't have any upgrade points yet. But this is the one you wanted to see, right?
So I've got a 4 left over. I suppose I could try to help out the ambergris. Oh wait, I can't. I guess I could. Ankita needs the help she can get with the ambergris. Pockmarked with damage, the hull is a good place to start. Check it out. Try. Let's try. Yay! A neutral outcome. Ship shape. How you liking it so far? I like it. It's very fun. It's probably not the best game for streaming because I've been talking for like 2 hours straight almost, and I'm starting to lose my voice. It's a very, very text-heavy game, obviously, and there's no voiceovers, so I'm having to fit the bill for that one. But I love the game. It's very fun. Sprung this on me the one day out of the past 2 months that I've been. Sorry, man. This was like the only chance I had to get this one started in a stream before I leave for New York. So, and I wanted to play it on the trip because I'll be flying around and sitting in a hotel room for a lot of time. So I wanted to get it started with you guys. So yeah. But I'm liking it a lot. It's perfect for sitting alone in a hotel room or on an airplane. Oh, let's end this cycle. Oh, sweet, you're off to New York City. I'm across the river, man. No, not the city. I've got work upstate. We're going to Albany. So, usually do stuff around. It's all upstate. Albany, Syracuse, sometimes up Potsdam, Oswego. All over the place, but this year I'm going to Albany. So yeah, I've never been to New York City actually. I think I flew into JFK once, and that was it. I had a layover there, but never actually been to the city. I'd like to go sometime. What's this? Fang. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against the bay door at the side of the entrance. Hey, Sleeper. How you doing? It is way up there. Pretty much like you could throw a rock and hit Canada. And there's Tim Hortons everywhere, which I like. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Justin, I found the story of this game to be absolutely fantastic. Gameplay is unique and engaging for the most part in a way I wasn't really expecting. The New York City subways are not safe anymore, says Sister A. Basic, nope, they are not, sadly. That's what I've heard. Probably part of the reason I've still never been. But I've heard things have gotten worse recently, which stinks. But yeah, I like how this story is told. It's not just like they're not beating you over the head. I think it's just the right balance so far of like feeding you information contextually without just telling you like what's going on. But they tell you a little bit more than like Elden Ring does. Which they're like, here's a magnifying glass. Go find some clues and maybe you can piece together what all this means. So this is nice. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around. Like it?
It is all this. I like that deflection. You like it? What is it? And then I'll tell you. Hey James, will you be streaming the Elden Ring DLC? Yes. I will be doing that for a while because it comes out. Look at my calendar real quick. I believe 25th. Well, I leave a week later to go to Japan for 3 weeks. So I'll probably get maybe 2-3 good streams in before I head out. I'll try to stream every day, but I know I'm going to be so busy like doing trip prep and all that. I probably won't be able to do it every day, but I'm going to try to get in at least 2 or 3 streams. But yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing to get back in there, and I think it's going to be really fun. But I'm definitely going to be streaming a little bit, and I'll stream more of it when I get back. But there will be a big gap. Just enough time for all you guys to beat the DLC, and then you can tell me where to go. You can jump in and help me beat the bosses when I get back 3 weeks later. Justin, I really developed a connection to some of these characters, which is extremely rare for my dead soul these days. I feel that, man. I feel it. My soul's the deadest. But yeah, for whatever reason, like I can watch a movie or a TV show or something and get a real emotional connection to characters and things like that. You know, I can cry watching a movie, even in like animated movie. But for whatever reason, I don't really get that way playing video games for the most part. Maybe it's just because like there's this kind of extra layer of detachment because I'm sort of like controlling these characters or whatever. But it's very rare that I get like overly emotionally attached to game characters. I don't know. But maybe Fang is the one that's going to change all that, and his passing will just send me down a depressing spiral. Who knows? We'll see. He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. One. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a constant, concrete reality. This place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. It sounds like everything else in existence. He walks down beneath the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also we're remaking it into something new, dragging it away from these corporate origins. He stops. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. No, it isn't. I pat you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay, secrets. A lot of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there's old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Let's do it. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling. have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Fangs Bay. Rena, I've only ever cried after one game. I have to ask, what game was it? Movies get me, but not games either. Justin, I hadn't really thought about it that way, but yeah, same here. Back in the Chrono Cross through Final Fantasy X days, I got crazy invested in game characters all the time. Nowadays, it's unbelievably rare. Maybe they just made better games back in the day. That's possible, right? Right? Let's see. Let's finish out one more cycle. Call it a day. Let's help out our buddy, Dragos. Let's help out Dragos and bada bing, bada bing. Back in business. Hope you're happy. Dragos, sorry, not Fang. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bench structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice tonight. It was Xenoblade Chronicles 3! Just one part copy. Huh. Interesting. I was gonna say, I recently watched Your Name and Suzume, and those both got me. They got me bad. Great movies, but yeah, very emotionally impactful. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. What is it? Dragos laughs. That, my friend, is A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, but now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for the monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks in like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of an S&ARP freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on the side, Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. That's life, man. Rena, I want to see both of those. They're both fantastic, and I can't recommend them enough. Anyone get to see the Northern Lights? I didn't. I was actually pretty well positioned to see it, at least as far south as I am. But I was so tired from working all day, I forgot. I forgot to look. So that was kind of a bummer. But I saw some pictures some other people took, and they looked really amazing. Justin S., I've got Your Name high on my list, but haven't found the right time for it yet. I did get pretty darn misty-eyed at the end of 86, though. Well, Your Name was really good, but Suzume really... Was it Suzume?
Suzume or Suzuna. Yeah, it's Suzume. That one really got me. That one got me good. But they're both fantastic films, I must say. It's too bright where you are, Arena. Yeah, I get that. But I was on the road at night. I could have seen it, but I was just focusing on getting home. I was tired. Honestly, I cried like a dang baby at the end of Doki Doki. Like after the actual game, there were these stories that tore me up. Oh, man. I don't know that game would have got me there. That one just made me uncomfortable. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Nice. All right, we'll do an upgrade. Do I get to pick what I upgrade? Oh, I see. Okay, so you hit upgrade and then you get to pick what it is. So, efficient extractor, chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Oh, I see. It's because of my class I'm able to do the photosynthetic thing. Interesting. Thrill Seeker, chance to gain energy after any engage action. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Man. Obsessive Haggler. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. That's nice. Transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Use scrap components to home to repair condition. Man. I'll do this one. Alright. I'm still not 100% sure how all this works, but yeah. Justin, the stories after were like totally normal, oddly enough, about connection between outcasts and navigating difficult social situations and budding friendships. They just kind of stuck a particular chord. I get that. Anyone try Hades 2? I've not. I committed myself to beating Hades, the first one, before touching Hades 2, but it looks really good. More of the same, but better, which is the perfect way to do a sequel. I'm going to go ahead and hit autosave for 20 seconds. I'll be fine. I'm going to call it a day.
これのスポンサーの提供
So
で
yeah,
お送りしました。
that's Citizen Sleeper. Let me, I'm going to take a screenshot. Thumbnail. Goofy smile. So yeah, that's Citizen Sleeper. Not the best for streaming, I will admit. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around and hanging out. It's not... I think this is a game that's fun for the person playing it, maybe not so much for the people watching. I could be totally wrong, but that's just kind of what I get. But it's a great game. I'm very much looking forward to just digging into it on these long stretches I have coming up. Or Helldivers 2. That one also I would like to play. I missed most of it. Apologies for recommending a voice destroyer. No, it's fine. It's fine. I could easily just read it in my head, but it's my own. It's my own weird rules. This is a good stream, James. Thank you, Sister A. But yeah, so I'll be playing more Citizen Sleeper later on. This will probably be my last stream until I get back from New York, but I'm not sure what I'll do when I get back. I've got a ton of the games. I'm just kind of in like sampling mode. All my kids have been playing stuff on here. Empire Survivors, still awesome. I'm still in kind of... Oh, you guys can't see what I'm talking about. Herbider. On the Switch, while I'm on this trip, I mean, I'm going to be playing Chained Echoes. I'm going to be playing Citizen Sleeper. I'll probably play the demo to Octopath Traveler 2, finally. We'll see. I've also got new Pokemon Snap, which is pretty fun. I might stream that one when I get back because I beat the original and it was pretty good. I beat it with my daughter. It was fun. I've got more Super Mario Wonder. I've got a bunch of games to dabble in, and a lot of them are on the PS5. But you know, there's so many games. There's so many dang games. And then June 25th, the big one, Elden Ring DLC. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. 40K update. I have my buds are coming into town next weekend. Yes, next weekend. My 40K friends are coming to town. We're going to have some battles. I'm going to try to slap some paint on the models that I have as much as possible before they show up. We don't get together very often, maybe like once or twice a year. So it's kind of a big to-do. Looking forward to it. But at this point, everything is assembled. So I've got about 1,000 point Tau army and about 500 points worth of Kroot. So we're going to be doing a couple different matches here and there, but it's all assembled. I need to prime some of it still, and I've started painting some of the Kroot, but full battles of Kill Team or all the above? Just all the above. We got all kinds of things planned. I think we're going to do a couple of because there's 3 of us, we're going to do a couple of 1,000 point matches, one-on-ones. And then we're going to try to do, which I'm most looking forward to, we're going to try to do a 3-man 500 point free-for-all. And I don't know how that's going to work, but they had something in one of the White Dwarf magazines recently sort of detailing how that would work. So I'm looking forward to trying that. So it should be fun. We might try Kill Team if we have time, but I think our time will be limited, but we'll see. I'll try to document a bit of that. I don't think they want to be on my channel. So I might take some pictures of things as they go along and post those on the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, if you've not joined, click the link in the description for all the awesomeness. Anyway, multiplayer battles are fun. Didn't get to play them, but enjoyed everyone. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting destroyed because I've never played before. So I've only watched. Anyway, yeah, thanks for popping in, you guys. Citizen Sleeper, very good. I highly recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. It is it reminds me a lot of Persona 5 in that it's that sort of managing the time you have every day to accomplish, different goals and things like that, level up different aspects of your character and move different parts of the story ahead. Very cool. I'm hoping there's going to be a similar kind of system in Metaphor coming out in October, which, gosh, that's my most anticipated game right now. I am so pumped for Metaphor. And October can't get here soon enough. How do you say good night in Nipponji? Oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai is good night in Japanese. So, Oyasumi nasai, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Have a great week. And Metaphor. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Before I go, since there's somebody who doesn't know. It's a game made by the creators of Persona. I'm going to drop a link into the chat right now. There's that one. It'll be on Game Pass if you have that. Send. Yeah. It's amazing. It looks so good. It's pretty much like Persona, but way better looking. Oh, it's going to be on, I think it's on Xbox, PC, and PS5. I'm not sure. It's very similar to Persona, but it's made by all the same people. Same music, same art direction, same director. It looks like a total banger. Please look into it. I am shocked you guys haven't heard of it. It's going to be amazing. It's really going to be amazing. I don't like the name of the game. That's the only thing. Xbox bought the marketing rights, but it's on everything but Switch. Yeah. It would not. I wouldn't buy it on Switch. Never actually played Persona. May need to put that on my list too. Oh yeah, if you like JRPGs at all, Persona 5 is one of the best JRPGs I've ever played. It was amazing, and this one looks to surpass it even more. So anyway, check out Metaphor. Check out Metaphor, and it looks really cool. And yeah, anyway, you guys have an awesome, awesome week, and I'll see you next time right here on maybe on Switch 2. Yeah. Bye. Not that one. That was the wrong one. Gute Nacht. Oyasumi nasai. Good night. El Goodo Nighter.